I know what you're thinking. Shitty cosplay attempt. But we are very low on budget. Please don't unsubscribe just yet, okay? Give him the line.
I miss my mother.
Alright, that's not...
Are you a real Mark? Are you real?
Angstrom! You're dead!
You shut the fuck.
Obviously, season 3 of Invincible just dropped. And me and Tyler have watched it. I wouldn't be the man I was today. Oh, I'm gonna keep the cape on. You're not gonna keep the blue shirt on?
I'll keep it on. I'm gonna redo it.
Okay, fine. I look good in the cape though, because I got brown hair, so I can actually look like Invincible. And you can pull like off no, not even Rex, because he's like a redhead.
No, in the comics.
Not in the comics?
Comics, he's white.
Nah. Tyler is the reason why I got into Invincible. He's read the comics and the shows, and he recommended it to me. And I actually was a little late to the party. I didn't start watching it until around the start of season 3, and thank God I did, because man, I almost missed out on some good shit. So season 1 through 3. We'll start off with season 1. I'll say Invincible currently, as it stands in this year, is probably one of the greatest animated shows that we'll see probably in a good while. Now, there's a lot of things I have to say, good and bad. I don't think it's a perfect show, but I think overall it's way better than whatever else you can look for. I think there's no other show that can rival this animated piece for show of the year. There's not a lot of animated shows out right now that are, even in the hero genre. Marvel right now.
There's Spider-Man.
See, but Spider-Man, the thing with Spider-Man though is it's on a hiatus. It's been fucking us for about 2 to 3 years now. And I guess if it's peak, it's peak.
It's pretty good. I watched it.
Is it? The most recent Spider-Man movie?
No, the most recent Spider-Man show.
Spider-Man, what's that one?
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I think.
I am not sure, no.
Norman Osborn's black.
Parts out of nowhere. I think mainly this was noticed in season 3, whereas the first 2 episodes had really, really good animation. 3 to 4, the middle episodes had bad quality animation, and then just in the last episode, you'll see Mark's hair is in dualplex. It's got CGI. The ray tracing on his hair. It's just
all the budget on fucking hair. All
of the budget was placed on the final episode. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Oh, by the way, we should probably put this out there. Spoilers. I'm sure I'll put a little tag in there somewhere. But yeah, spoiler warning. So we'll start with season 1. So season 1 of Invincible, I think, was probably the strongest story so far besides season 3. I think season 1 has a stronger story than season 2. I'm not discrediting season 2. But I think it's really good. What are your thoughts on season 1 so far? Did you say story-wise?
Season 1 was a shocker. Especially that first episode. No one was expecting Omni-Man to kill the entire Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah. I think
out of left field.
I think that was the big hook for people, because that was on the first episode.
Well, they did it right. If you want your show to be good, you gotta you gotta give a good hook to start off with.
I think that's something that people are starting to notice now, is that with all these new hero genres, they're not necessarily kid-friendly anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You have that at the same year at the time.
As The Boys.
Yeah. And that was not friendly. Huh?
Also on Amazon.
Also on Amazon, yeah. I was a HBO Max user. I was a humble little peasant. Couldn't afford a good subscription for a while, so I didn't get to watch all those good shows. But yeah, a lot of times you get these really adult-like shows that include these very realistic-looking heroes, and I think Invincible is a good example of that, showing the good with the bad and the ugly with, the noble. So, and season 1 animation, I actually think is better than season 3 quality. I think there's episodes that beat season 1 animation, but I think overall the porn animators had these guys beat. There's just no way they could have beat them. But would you disagree with that, or?
Well, yeah. Originally it was 2 partner studios, and then after season 2, they broke apart and created their own.
Yeah, it sucks. I think there's a conspiracy theory going on that for season 4, since Dirt Pixion is taking a hiatus, what they're gonna do is they're gonna hire her and a bunch of other porn animators to really give into the animation for season 4 of Invincible.
See a lot of Alan.
A lot of Alan.
With that shit. Don't you notice anytime they do a sex scene, it goes right to Alan?
They also show Mark. Mark has a lot of sex scenes too.
No. When the sex scenes are happening, it goes right to Alan.
We're gonna get a lot of. I do like Alan though.
Alan's funny.
So voiced by Seth Rogen, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He has that weird laugh. Yeah, that one. So let's say then, I think season 1 really good. The story is awesome. I think anyone, if you want to get into Invincible, obviously just watch the first 2 episodes and you will be hooked.
First episode 1 will get you hooked.
Just the first episode alone, actually, will get you hooked. Just get to the end and you'll be great. You'll be locked in. Season 2 of Invincible, I'd say it's probably the weaker of the two. And I think it just suffers from the middle child syndrome that because Season 3 just came out, and Season 1 is obviously the first season, that no one really talks about the second one.
Yeah.
That's not to say there isn't good moments in it. Would you, agree?
Well, yeah, you got the highlights of, like, the battles on Thraxon.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. You have Angstrom Levy.
Yeah, Angstrom.
Also good. And Anissa. So you have good stuff in there. But it's hard to remember, like, the middle pieces in between. Maybe because it's just Amber and she sucked. Maybe that's it.
I think the biggest complaint we have about this show is get rid of fucking Amber. Like, she needs to go.
Have her boyfriend. I know where your family lives.
Oh my god. Okay, see, the thing is that with Season 3 is they have these new characters. All these cool new characters with these funny voices.
Machine Head was in Season 1.
See, was he?
Yep. The Machine Head was in Season 1. That's really, I know where your family lives.
That came from the first season?
You work for me until I say you're... I don't fucking know.
Alright. So then, overall, I'd say Season 2 is probably like just... It suffers from that middle child thing. I think it's more of a... Less of... It has good moments, but it's obviously just more of a build-up for Season 3. A lot of it ties it together.
Season 1 was super memorable, and then Season 3 just ended last week.
Yeah.
Not even a week ago.
Like 2 days ago.
It's 4.
4?
4 was third. Oh, no, it's the first day. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So 5.
5 days. Holy shit. A week passed like that.
And it's still getting posts.
Yeah, it's still getting posts. I think Season 3 so far, I mean, there's a lot of hits and misses about this season. I think, alright, so we'll get complaints out of the way first. What complaint do you have about Season 3 so far?
It started out strong, the first episode. And then all the way into the last 3, it was kind of just filler almost, it felt like.
Yeah, or just filler for the Invincible War, and then...
The thing is, you knew all this big stuff was coming. Like, they left off Season 2 with Nolan in the Viltrumite prison without him.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us him breaking out, but that was it. Maybe they didn't want to pay the voice actors, because, I'm pretty sure they're not cheap.
Just, they don't want to bust out them big dollar bills for J.K. Simmons, but it's fucking Amazon Prime, so they got money to spend. I think another big complaint, obviously you see with the fan base, is the animation quality. What do you have to say about that, especially for Season 3?
I didn't notice it. Maybe that's just because I'm not looking at it under a fucking microscope, but it didn't bother me because the story was good enough where I'm like, I don't care. Yes, could it be better? But when I found out that it was like 10 guys animating it, I was like, okay, I'll cut them a break.
Was it really only 10 guys?
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's 100% true, but...
Okay. Well, we're not going to do a fact checker on this. We're not some professionals. We're just going to say, generally speaking, 10 guys.
Do we look like professionals?
Do we look like professionals? Look at us. Do we look like professionals? I'm wearing a cape from a towel that I just used in the hot tub, and he's using one of my shirts that we just bought. So you tell me. All right. Now, what would you say about the quality? Would you say it would be better to include the good animation in the last episodes? Because a lot of people were making fun of that too. Or do you think that it would have been better if it was just shit animation across the board?
Here's my thing. Clearly, they were understaffed, didn't have enough people. So, from what we've heard. So, if they did balance their animation between all the episodes and made them all equally just meh, people still would have complained.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I prefer the way they did it and save it till the big fights. Because some of those things, like, Mark and Eve flying through the city, we don't need you to bust the bank over that.
Yeah, okay.
Especially on the Immortal.
Bro
Bro does nothing.
Another big complaint about that is the hatred for the Immortal. And it's crazy because in the first season, he did not get this amount of hate. It's only until the later end of the second season and third season that they just, shitted on his character. Why do you think that is?
Well, he was dead during the first season. He died episode 1. And then got revived the last episode by the Muller twins. So, didn't get much screen time there. Season 2, he was just kind of paranoid from getting his ass cooked by Omni-Man.
Do you think that when you first watched the end of Season 1, you saw that he got revived? Do you think he was going to kick ass in the second, third season?
I didn't really care about him. I cared about Invincible. I cared about Mark, Debbie.
So he's just not that important of a character, and he gets a lot of screen time.
He acts all tough, but then there's scenes where he's talking crap about Mark, but then when Mark's in the picture doing shit that he doesn't like, he's just corner, don't stop it, Mark. What was that? Nothing.
So, and another complaint is obvious, or another big thing or moment is obviously when Mark has his moment with Cecil and they break off. What do you have to say about that whole thing with him and Cecil?
I get what Cecil was doing with the thing in his head. Now, did he have to pull it out when he did it? No. That he overreacted. He overanticipated Mark. And it's kind of his fault for giving Sinclair and Darkwing a job and then pulling up the reanimate to save him after knowing what Mark went through with the reanimate and knowing that his friend William, is that his name?
William?
The
I think it
gay
was
one.
William.
Yeah, I think it's William. That his boyfriend was a reanimate and had to be back. It's like, why would you do that? That's you. If you did that and didn't think he was gonna react, that's your own fault.
Yeah. So you agree that when he obviously did that and he told him he had to come with them, that the Guardians reacted the correct way, obviously. Like, if I was with a group of friends and some asshole had some frequency in my ear, I would hope that my Guardians would help me get that shit out. So do you think Mark leaving Cecil will lead to strained ties in Season 4, or do you think eventually they'll resolve that before their big fight?
I think them not working together doesn't mean they're both going to be good. Cecil does his own way, and Mark does his another. Just because they're not together doesn't mean they're not going to work together.
Right.
But just, it's more going to be like how Omni-Man was in the first season before he went kind of...
Yeah, like he was doing his own thing, and the Guardians, they kind of worked with the Guardians of the World, but he was still like very separate because he was obviously stronger than all of them. Okay, yeah, I would agree with that. Do you think him and Cecil will ever make up, have a moment of closure?
No. They tried it at the end. It's like Mark knows he doesn't want to work with him because he just doesn't like the way he does it.
Do you agree? Okay, so out of the two, do you understand? So I would say I understand both sides. I think Cecil had a good idea. I think he had a terrible execution of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, because if I was the leader of like this government organization that was meant to protect the world from like aliens, obviously I'd be paranoid too. But I don't think I'd be stupid.
Yeah, especially after he trained Mark. He knew how strong he was.
Yeah, it's like he built up a gun, all this power, and then just aimed it directly at him, and then just hoped to God it wouldn't hurt him.
Yeah, he got afraid with a little temper. It wasn't even like Mark was really... He was just mad.
And arguing with him, it's not like he threatened him or anything until at the point where he was pretty much like stopping him from doing anything and listening to him like a little slave. So, and overall, big one, Conquest. What do you think of Conquest?
Goated villain.
I think that and the Invincible War, those two were the biggest episodes of the season. Obviously, the biggest episodes of the season. Between those two, which would you say is your favorite episode?
I gotta give the Conquest fight mine. But that's just because I think the Invincible War deserved 2 episodes.
I agree. I think the Invincible War was a really good episode. I think it deserved way more screen time than it was given, though.
Yeah.
So, do you think, obviously, the Invincibles will, if you read the comments, spoiler warning, if you read, obviously, the Invincibles will come back, do you think that should deserve a 2-part episode, or do you think we can resolve that in one?
I think it can be resolved in one. Again, I just think the Invincible War could have gave us a little bit more.
Yeah.
Seen a little bit more of the scenes.
That's okay. And so
Rex's death did not hit with that episode.
Really? Oh yeah, I think that's my biggest complaint for the season. I almost forgot. I think Rex's death, I mean, that really just threw me off. Initially when I saw it, I thought Rex was gonna be live. I thought it was like, we're pulling you by the balls right now, like he's not really dead, we can bring him back, we got Cecil. Cecil can jiggle some healing orb out of his asshole and boom, Rex is back. But no, his ass is just dead, like he's just gone. And that one really threw me off. I was really upset. And you know what else really upsets me? It's kind of just a weird knack of mine, is that Rudy fucking changes his name to Rex, like...
At the end?
At the end, yeah.
Bro steals his DNA and his name.
Steals his DNA.
Pro identity theft.
Real identity theft. He steals his looks to get with Monster Girl, which is really fucking weird if you think about it, because everyone knows it too, and it works. And then he changes his name from Rudy to Rex, and instead of people being like, yo, did you ask anyone like in relation to him?
That's a little messed up. They're like, nah, what's up, Rex?
What's up, Rex? Yeah, like treat it like it was like you did them a favor.
It's like, damn, that's so nice of you, man.
It's just, I don't know. It's just really weird. I don't know. I don't like it. I think that's kind of odd. I think Robot's probably like my least favorite character. I don't know, because he has Robot, Rudy,
really?
Rex. Yeah.
Over like a mortal duplicate.
I mean, main cast wise, I don't consider Immortal or Duplicate part of the main cast. I think they're just
they're away half the time.
they're like not there, non-existent. I think the main cast obviously goes to the current Guardians of the Globe minus those two.
You mean the broken apart ones? So you mean like Bulletproof, Robot, Monster Girl,
Rex, Rudy,
and Shrink Ray?
and
Even though Ray quit.
Is that the stretchy dude?
No, the one that girl that turned small.
Oh,
That's Shapesmith.
Shapesmith. Yeah, bro, rest in peace to all the other randoms who got killed, like Business Baby. I was seeing memes about that, how he just, Cecil was getting fucking desperate because there was like 12 Invincibles, and he throws a baby in a suit at it. He was landing punches on him, though. I saw him kicking ass.
Until he got crushed.
He did more damage than Immortal. So, overall, I'd say Invincible is in conclusion, I'd
What
say
about Powerplex?
Powerplex. Oh, we didn't talk about Powerplex.
I did not talk about Powerplex.
We can cut that out, don't worry. Powerplex episode. See, that was another big one. It wasn't obviously as big as the Invincible War or even the
Conquest.
Conquest. Do you think Invincible will come back for season 4?
Hmm?
Do you think do you think Powerplex will come back for season 4?
Maybe.
Maybe, because he's not dead.
Mm-mm.
Or at least I don't think so, because he got hit by Invincible, but I don't think that'd kill him.
I think the point of bringing him there is to further Mark's guilt towards some of this stuff, especially with the Invincible War happening, with all these other Mark variants doing it. It was just there so that he could say, look at him, look at what he did, why isn't he facing consequences?
Like, just kind of building up how
Mark has to change as a character somehow.
Mm-hmm.
It's character.
And take not just action for him, but actions for, like, other consequences that happen by him.
Just by him being there, like
Angstrom,
Omni-Man, like Angstrom, like Conquest. Even Anissa.
Did she do that? Oh, no, she did. Never mind. I forgot.
No, she did not essay him.
I wish Powerplex was actually kind of stronger. I know Mark could easily kick his ass. People are over here talking about how, Powerplex could beat Invincible.
He beat a variant that wasn't as strong. But here's the thing. Powerplex's power isn't electricity. It's like shock absorption.
Yeah, it's like a really shitty version of, like, Wakanda Tech with the Black Panther.
That's the thing. So, like, as long as Mark doesn't hit him, Powerplex can't do nothing.
Yeah, I think but Powerplex can just hit himself.
That's weird, though. Like, just
doing damage. I mean, you saw him. He was in his like restraints, just like hitting his head back. Yeah. And the guards knew exactly. Like, they didn't tell him. Like,
those guards sucked.
They knew exactly what he was doing, and they were just like, "Hey,
stop that!
Stop that! Stop!" Does that mean he's bulletproof? Like, if he gets shot by a bullet,
I don't know if he's bulletproof.
Because that'll do
On the
damage.
Other topic, bulletproof. Shit ass name.
He's not bulletproof. My cape. My fucking cape. Yeah, because his wife hits him with a sledgehammer, and he's like fine.
Yeah, until he fucking crisps his wife.
His wife was the biggest fucking instigator. I cannot be the only one saying this.
Yeah, it's like Mark was trying to help her, and he spit on him.
But I think Powerplex is a really good villain. I wish they make him a bit stronger. I hope he gets another episode, and I wish he has like a real fight scene with Mark. Like, the fight scene that they had was very watered down, I'd say, just because Mark obviously doesn't want to hurt this guy, and he knows where he's coming from, so he wants, rather than, obviously beat up some guy who wants justice for him, he obviously just wants to talk to him. But Powerplex doesn't care. He just wants his ass dead. I was hoping that he would work with Angstrom. Like, it would be like a team-up.
Well, yeah, they both hate him
exactly
crazy bad. So much that Angstrom got all the other worst Invincible variants.
He teamed
to
up
fight
with
the one good one.
Like, teamed up with all the other guys who murdered his family, murdered their house.
Yeah, like destroyed everything just for that.
So I think Powerplex and Angstrom could be like a cool duo. Maybe Angstrom could like use Powerplex, and Powerplex like realizes that, so they have like a fallout or whatever.
Well, we already know that doesn't happen.
This is all just like cool speculation.
Because they are doing something different. They aren't going right back.
Well, sometimes they don't always go by comic book strips.
No, at the end, their next season might not even have anything to do with the comics.
Really?
Yeah, because they ended up with Darkblood. Remember, that didn't happen.
That's right. Yeah.
Did not happen in the comics. That's whole new territory. Just because the author wanted it.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of authors who don't like the ending of their books. They're like, oh, they finish it. They're like, oh shit, I should have done that in the book.
But he wanted to do it for the book, and now they're doing it. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like you kind of.
I say if it's good, it's good.
Yeah, again, I have no doubt that it won't be good, but it's like you've gone through the comics so far. Why are you changing it up?
You gotta understand, there's a lot of passion that goes into the show. More passion than you see in most. Yeah. I think Marvel is just for all the rivals out there for Invincible. I think Marvel is in fucking shambles. I don't think they know what they're doing. DC, Daredevil. I mean, yeah, but that's like that's not like a big media one. Not everyone who goes on to see Captain America is gonna watch The Punisher or Daredevil, obviously. But I just think a lot of these. Huh?
You haven't seen it, so you don't know how their pod Kingpin talks.
I have not. I need to watch it.
Yeah, you should.
But I think just overall, I mean, for if it really is only 10 animators, these few voice actors that are doing the part, and just
expensive voice actors.
Expensive voice actors. Majority, I know where their budget is going. They shouldn't have hired A-list actors. I mean, obviously they did that in season 1 to get traction for it, but I think there's just so much passion being put into the show that you don't see in these other ones, and that's why Invincible is excelling. It really is. I mean, they just got figures now, the comic book sword. They're doing posters. I mean, it's great. It's great. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it. Me and Tyler are looking forward to season 4. Hope to, eventually buy the comics and keep them for myself. I was just kind of leeching off him for them. Yeah. But, yeah, that's about it. See you guys.
Yeah.